My neighbor tried to sue me for encroaching on his view, so I used my professional surveying gear to prove his new $80,000 infinity pool was actually sitting in my backyard. My neighbor, Mr. Sterling, moved in last July. He's a corporate compliance officer who believes the world runs on his rules. On his first day, he called a neighborhood meeting. I believe in strict boundaries, he announced. If your hedge is an inch over the line, it's a nuisance. If your kid's ball lands on my grass, it's trespassing. I have zero tolerance for sloppy property management. He started a compliance war immediately. The first person he targeted was Mrs. Gable, an 80-year-old widow. Her rose bushes were hanging 2 inches over his fence. Sterling didn't talk to her. He filed a city ordinance violation and hired a crew to hack them down while she was at church. Mrs. Gable was devastated. Documented. The second people were the Millers. Their kids had a portable basketball hoop that occasionally shaded Sterling's driveway. He called the police 3 times in 1 week for obstruction of right-of-way. The kids were too scared to play outside after that. Documented. Then he came for me. He wanted to build a massive infinity pool and a glass-walled guest house. He sent me a legal cease and desist claiming my century-old oak tree was threatening the structural integrity of his proposed foundation and demanded I cut it down at my expense. Sterling didn't realize that as a Registered Professional Land Surveyor, RPLS, I don't just guess where lines are, I define them. I didn't fight the letter. I didn't argue. I spent the next 2 months studying the terrain. I pulled the original county deeds from 1890. I found the brass monuments buried 3 feet underground. I used a high-precision GPS total station to map every square centimeter of the lot line. While Sterling was busy pouring concrete and installing Italian marble for his dream pool, I was marking the real coordinates. Photographed. I discovered that the fence Sterling had installed, the one he used as the baseline for his entire construction, was actually 4 feet inside my property. He had built his entire pool, the filtration system, and half the guest house on my land. I didn't say a word until his grand opening pool party. He'd invited his firm's partners and the local mayor. He was standing on the deck, bragging about his flawless execution. I walked over with the city building inspector and a set of official, stamped blueprints. I waited for him to finish his toast before I stepped up. Mr. Sterling, you mentioned you have zero tolerance for sloppy boundaries. I couldn't agree more. I hit the remote on my laser level. A bright red line cut right through the center of his pool and the middle of his marble bar. According to the 1890 county deed and my certified survey, everything to the left of this red line belongs to me, including 60% of your infinity pool. The mayor stopped drinking. The partners started whispering. Sterling's face went from tan to bright red. That's impossible, he stammered. My contractor used the fence. The fence you installed illegally on my property? I handed him the folder. It wasn't an invite to the party. It was a formal notice of encroachment and a court order to cease and desist all use of my land. I told him he had 30 days to remove the obstruction from my yard, meaning he'd have to demolish the pool and the guest house. The inspector handed him a red tag stop work order and a fine for building without a valid survey. I looked at him and said, I believe in strict boundaries, Sterling. No exceptions. I walked back to my house and let Mrs. Gable know she could plant whatever she wanted on the new 4-foot strip of land I'd just reclaimed. Now, Sterling is facing a $150,000 demolition bill and a lawsuit from his own firm for reputational damage. Am I the jerk for letting him finish the pool before I told him where the line was?